Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about a very big news in the world of student loans. And if you've heard it already, seen it in the news, read it online, it's all about the Biden administration's announcement to kind of like help a lot of student loan borrowers get the relief that they needed. I don't want to waste any time, so let's take a look at the announcement from the Federal Student Aid in my laptop right here. So this is from the federalstudentaid.gov website. Let's take a look at here the Biden-Harris administration student debt relief plan explained, what the program means for you and what comes next. So President Biden, Vice President Harris, and the U.S. Department of Education have announced a three-part plan to help working and middle-class federal student loan borrowers transition back to regular payments as pandemic-related support expires. This plan includes loan forgiveness of up to $20,000, and many borrowers and families may be asking themselves, what do I have to do next to claim this relief? So that's what pretty much this page is all about. So let's go over to the first part. Part 1, final extension of the student loan repayment pause. Due to the economic challenges created by the pandemic, the Biden-Harris administration has extended the student loan repayment pause a number of times. Because of this, no one with a federally held loan has had to pay a single dollar in loan payments since President Biden took office. To ensure a smooth transition to repayment and prevent unnecessary defaults, the Biden-Harris administration will extend the pause a final time through December 31, 2022, with payments resuming in January of 2023. So a frequently asked question here is, do I need to do anything to extend my student loan pause through the end of the year? And their answer is no, the extended pause will occur automatically. And this is pretty much the same scenario with a lot of the extension for the payment pause. They automatically happen. So you don't need to do anything at all. If you're asking for any information regarding that, no, you don't need to do anything. Anyway, part 2, I'm sorry, but like it seems that there's part right here that's covering it. But anyway, providing targeted debt relief to low and middle income families to smooth the transition back to repayment and help borrowers at highest risk of delinquencies or default once payments resume. The U.S. Department of Education will provide up to $20,000 in debt cancellation to Pell Grant recipients with loans held by the Department of Education and up to $10,000 in debt cancellation to non-Pell Grant recipients. Borrowers eligible for this relief if their individual income is less than $125,000 or $250,000 for households. In addition, borrowers who are employed by nonprofits, the military, or federal, state, tribal, or local government may be eligible to have all of their student loans forgiven through the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. This is because of the time-limited changes that waive certain eligibility criteria in the PSLF program. These temporary exchanges expire on October 31st, 2022, and for more information on eligibility requirement, go to pslf.gov. Some frequently asked questions here is, how do I know if I'm eligible for debt cancellation? Now, they kind of like stated here, but to be eligible, your annual income must have fallen below $125,000 for individuals or $250,000 for married couples or heads of households. If you received a Pell Grant in college and meet the income threshold, you will be eligible for up to $20,000 in debt cancellation. If you did not receive a Pell Grant in college and meet the income threshold, you will be eligible for up to $10,000 in debt cancellation. So what does the up to in up to $20,000 or up to $10,000 mean? Your relief is capped at the amount of your outstanding debt. So take note of that one, outstanding debt. For example, if you're eligible for $20,000 in debt relief, but have a balance of $15,000 remaining, you will only receive $15,000 in relief. Now, what do I need to do in order to receive loan forgiveness? Nearly 8 million borrowers may be eligible to receive relief automatically because the relevant income data is already available to the U.S. Department of Education. If the U.S. Department of Education doesn't have your income data, or if you don't know if the U.S. Department of Education has your income data, the administration will launch a simple application in the coming weeks. So there you go, guys. Simple application in the coming weeks. Take note of that. The application will be available before the pause on federal student loan repayment ends on December 31st. If you would like to be notified by the U.S. Department of Education when the application is open, please sign up a Department of Education subscription page. Now, I tried doing this one. This page does not work at all. It redirects you to actually a legit Department of Education page, but there's no way that you can actually subscribe to anything. But anyway, what is the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program? The PSLF program forgives the remaining balance on your federal student loans after 120 payments working full-time for federal, state, tribal, or local government, military, or a qualifying nonprofit. Temporary changes ending in October 31, 2022 provide flexibility that makes it easier than ever to receive forgiveness by allowing borrowers to receive credit for past periods of repayment that would otherwise not qualify for PSLF. Enrollments on or after November 1st, 2022 will not be eligible for this treatment. So they encourage you guys to sign up for that one. Visit the website right away. All the links will be in the description below for your convenience. Anyway, the last part here is part 3. Make the student loan system more manageable for current and future borrowers. So income-based repayment plans have long existed within the US Department of Education. However, the Biden-Harris administration is proposing a rule to create a new income-driven repayment plan that will substantially reduce future monthly payments for lower and middle-income borrowers. The rule would require borrowers to pay no more than 5% of their discretionary income monthly on undergraduate loans. This is down from the 10% available under the most recent income-driven repayment plan. Raise the amount of income that is considered non-discretionary income and therefore is protected from repayment, guaranteeing that no borrower earning under 225% of the federal poverty level, about the annual equivalent of a $15 minimum wage for a single borrower, will have to make a monthly payment. Forgive loan balances after 10 years of payments instead of 20 years for borrowers with loan balances of $12,000 or less. Cover the borrower's unpaid monthly interest so that, unlike other existing income-driven repayment plans, no borrower's loan balance will grow as long as they make their monthly payments, even when that monthly payment is zero because their income is low. And that is the entirety of this announcement from them. There is also another announcement from the education department themselves, and it's pretty much like August 24th, so like 2 days ago. Now I'm recording this on a Friday, you'll probably see this on a Saturday, but anyway, Biden-Harris administration announces final student loan pause extension through December 31st and targeted debt cancellation to smooth transition to repayment. It's almost exactly the same from the announcement earlier, but they also included kind of like making the legal memorandum regarding the authority for this charges, because that's something that we kind of like have to ask ourselves as well, whether or not the administration actually has the power to do this, because that was one of the contentions or the arguments before, or maybe even last year, right? Whether or not the administration, Biden's administration, or even the education secretary, if they have the legal authority to actually cancel or give relief or modify or anything like that to student loans for student loan borrowers. So I am going to link this announcement in the description below, and also a link to the legal memorandum regarding the authority for these charges. But TLDR, basically like what that new memorandum is saying, that the January 2021 memorandum should be discharged or something, like not be used because it is incorrect and it's not accurate. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the entire Biden-Harris administration's announcement for student loan relief. Now, for my comments here, I think that this is a very, very good plan. I actually really, really like it, because who would have thought that we would actually get any sort of announcement at all? We were very curious and anxious as to when they would actually make an announcement, because prior to the final extension, the pause would actually end on August 31st, and that's very soon already. And a lot of people were very anxious to know what they should actually do next. And a lot of people seem to have, or especially those who are in the know regarding this thing, they were actually arguing that this is such a short amount of time to actually make any changes at all. So August 31st was supposed to be when the payment pause would expire, but it has been extended. And while that may be good news, it's still hard for us to actually get some sort of this fixed timeline as to what is happening. If you actually look online for different answers, a lot of them will actually give you this answer in some form or another. Let's just wait for more guidance, because nobody knows what is actually happening here. Earlier, I actually called my loan servicer, and then I asked them questions, regarding this one, because I will be talking about my strategy regarding this one in a separate video. I don't want this video to get too long. But anyway, yeah, I talked to them and they told me that, yeah, just like you, we do not have any other information. We're just basically as blind as you are. So yeah, that is something that we need to be very, very understanding about, because like, even if we want to know more answers, even I do want more answers, they just can't provide it. None of the loan servicers can actually provide any answers, or they don't have any knowledge more than we do actually. So there you go, that is what it is. To kind of like sum it up, the administration has announced kind of like this debt cancellation relief. There's a lot of changes, but the very important part here are two things. It's that there is a final extension to December 31st, and that's it. No, after that, there's nothing left. There's no more extension, okay? December 31st, that is our last date. January 1, 2023, we pretty much go back into repayment. Now, the second one is that there is a debt relief. Okay, there's debt relief up to $20,000 for borrowers who are earning $125,000 or less for individuals, or $250 for married couples or heads of household. And after that, you can get $20,000, by the way, or $10,000 depending on your status if you have received Pell Grants. Now, I was actually curious whether or not I was a Pell Grant recipient, and I had to check that one. There is instructions. I'm actually going to refer you guys to like a Reddit post or Reddit thread, because that's where I got a lot of my answers as well. I know Reddit might not be the best place to get answers, but it's one of the best, or at least the best source I could find to get some sort of clarity, at least, because there are people who are in that subreddit or thread that actually know insider information. Okay, so you might want to take a look into that one. But anyway, going back, you can actually look at your Pell Grant status if you've ever received one in the studentaid.gov website, or I believe it is the FSA. So just go to studentaid.gov, and then after that, log in. They will be able to give you all the information regarding your student loan history. So for me, I found out that I was actually a Pell Grant recipient in 2014 to 2015. That's the academic year. Now, my concern was that whether or not this announcement would actually encompass that timeline as well, that year. So when I asked my student loan servicer, they seemed to kind of like agree that, yeah, you are a Pell Grant recipient, because it just said, and if I kind of like go back to one of the frequently asked questions, it says here that if you receive a Pell Grant in college and meet the income threshold, you will be eligible for up to $20,000 in debt cancellation. It just says that in college. It did not state that the Pell Grant must be received in the same year or the same time when you actually got the student loans that you're paying for. So I guess it's just saying that if you've gotten a Pell Grant years before, then you are a Pell Grant recipient. So you may be eligible for $20,000 in debt cancellation. So that's what they told me. So I'm just gonna take that one for now. I am a Pell Grant recipient, so I am eligible to receive $20,000. And like I said, I am actually going to make another separate video for this one, because there is some strategy that I am thinking about in regards to this. Because if you've seen my previous video regarding my student loan update, I only have $500 left, or actually $700 in that update, but now it's actually $500. I only have that amount left in my balance, and it's kind of crazy because they just dropped this plan. Now, here's the thing though. I mentioned plan. A lot of the things, is very good, but the problem here is that one of the concerns that I have actually is that it's still a plan, and whether or not Biden is actually doing this through executive order, there may be hiccups along the way. So there are a lot of concerns with this. We don't know if this plan is going to go through. We don't know if the Supreme Court or somebody will block it in the court system. And that's what I actually recently learned. This could actually be delayed or even stopped in the court system. Somebody has a problem with it, boom, all these things will be gone. This plan is nada, but and then after that, we still don't know when the application is actually gonna, they're gonna make it available for everybody. So there is a lot of time frame that we have to consider. So if you really think about it, we got 4 months left until the year ends. So 4 months, I don't think is actually a realistic time frame to get this all sorted out. A lot of people are actually fighting against this plan, and we will never know yet, or we don't know yet what's going to happen, whether or not they actually agree with this. People, or a lot of the Congress, maybe a lot of other politicians are so against this plan, we really don't know what's going to happen. So that's just something that you need to kind of consider when you're reading all this one. How does this actually affect you? What are some of the factors that is out of your control? Now, personally, I think that we have to just wait. Like I said earlier, all the other agencies will just tell you to wait for more guidance because they don't have any other information more than you do. So I'll just personally wait for this. I think there is a lot of things that can be done. I have done something though, and I'll be talking about that one in my strategy video. But nonetheless, this is what it is right now. This is what we've been given. I think this is a very good blessing already. I think we could not have asked for a better option for this. A lot of people would have wanted $50,000. Even I think that's a stretch. 10,000 was even good enough for me, but then they kind of made an option that, or made this criteria that, hey, you can actually get $20,000 if you are a Pell Grant recipient. So there you go, 20,000, a bump from the 10,000 that we were all just like calling for. But you know what? I'll be happy about that one if this plan or if this actually comes to pass. I will be very happy. You know, whatever amount that I have that can be forgiven is pretty good. 500 maybe a little, but still, you know, that could be very helpful as well. I'm actually working on something to kind of like increase that one, and like keep saying, watch my strategy video soon. So if you want to catch that one, subscribe to the channel. But yeah, definitely I would just consider this as a blessing and kind of like hope for the best and just wait for more news. But anyway guys, that's pretty much it for the entire video. I hope you found this very helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. All relevant links will be in the description as well to help you out. If you have any comments, let me know, because I will try my best to kind of like help you out. Whatever I can answer, I will answer. Whatever I can't, I will try to redirect you to the right pages, right sources, to kind of like give you the right information. And like I said, subscribe to the channel for more updates regarding this specific topic. And if you are on Instagram, please add me there at DailyRed as a friend so that we can chat, collaborate, and maybe even exchange some ideas. Thank you again so much for watching. Have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.